When I was working on the magazine Contract Journal at the end of the 1980s, I had an unwritten rule. It was a rule that I created myself and that I didn't discuss with anyone. If I went out of the office to a site or an equipment manufacturer and was back near my office before 2:30 in the afternoon, I'd go back to work. But if my journey got me back to the area of my office and my house after 2:30, 3 o'clock, I'd go straight home, call it a day. In my head, I always figured that was fair. I'd probably had an early start anyway, and I generally stayed late if I was working in the office all day. And best of all, this was the 1980s. This was before the invention of mobile phones, tracking devices, and GPS locators. There was no Big Brother watching me at all. Today, Big Brother is watching us all the time. And with the advent of AI, that monitoring and scrutiny is going to be even more intense, which to me at least is both a good thing and a bad thing. Let's begin with the brighter side. The transformative power of AI and telematics on the job site. Imagine machines equipped not just with sensors, but with brains that are able to monitor themselves and submit real-time reports. Fuel consumption, idle time, diagnostic alerts, they relay continuous updates. We're not guessing anymore. We have clear data. Take idle time as an example. Studies show that 10 to 30% of fuel in heavy equipment is burnt while the machine is idling. Telematics alone can slash that by 10 to 15% on job sites, saving serious money and cutting carbon emissions. AI enhances this by predicting inefficient habits, optimizing routes, alerting operators proactively, enforcing boundaries as equipment crosses geofences. It's the kind of insight that leads to green and financial gains, better scheduling, and fewer unnecessary runs. Then there's predictive maintenance. AI watches subtle shifts in vibration, temperature, pressure. It anticipates failures, schedules repairs during downtime, and prevents project halting breakdowns. One analysis shows AI with connected sensors could reduce unplanned downtime by around 25%. Safety too gets a boost. AI-equipped cameras and drones can scan the site, alerting to missing PPE, unsafe behavior, or off-limit zones. Systems powered by machine vision pick up hazards and intrusions in real time, even before human eyes notice them. Thousands of lives and hours might be saved with fewer injuries and compliance violations, all while protecting machines and materials and fuel from theft and vandalism. Beyond equipment and safety, AI digests massive data sets, weather, staffing, performance metrics, projecting timelines and risks with unprecedented speed and clarity. Errors once seen only in hindsight can now be flagged in advance. In short, AI turns reactive management into proactive precision. And this precision empowers site teams to pivot, adapting in real times with real benefits in cost, timelines, and sustainability. All this is powerful. But as they say, every light casts a shadow. AI's gaze is unblinking. And that's where the unease begins. Today's fleet telematics track machines, but tomorrow they could track people. At first glance, monitoring operator efficiency, fuel conscious adjustments, or workload fluctuations seems judicious. What's harmless becomes invasive when AI drills into minutes spent on breaks, smoke, or toilet stops, or phone usage. Suddenly, Friday afternoons, when work naturally and traditionally slows, aren't courtesies anymore. They're data points. There's value in measurement, efficiency coaching, safety reminders, training prompts, but the line between improvement and micromanagement is wafer thin. When AI flags subjective behavior as substandard, morale erodes. Lunch breaks become suspect. Naturally slower paces become indicative of low productivity. Constant monitoring fosters stress, an unseen cost that's not so frequently measured. Privacy matters. The workplace is flexible by nature, especially in environments with inherent risks. Informal practices like stepping away for a breather are part of a healthy culture. But AI quantifies everything. Supervisors could receive real-time alerts on each cigarette break or each idle minute. Accountability becomes transparent, but with surveillance comes a sense of being watched, judged, and micromanaged. Bias risks lurk here as well. AI isn't impartial. Its parameters reflect the designer's minds. Operators with unconventional workflows risk being flagged unfairly. Slower workers, fatigued during heavy shifts, could be labelled inefficient. Yet their real world may be shaped by complexity or site conditions that no sensor could ever understand. Looking from the operator's perspective, trusted veteran slows a bit near the weekend and they face digital censure. A young apprentice takes time to double-check measurements. That gets flagged as well. No one cherishes being reduced to a stat. Data without context becomes judgment without understanding. And wider implications could follow. Worker autonomy lessons. Fear of surveillance stifles initiative. In environments where flexibility spurs innovation, constant monitoring could suppress the very behaviours that drive excellence. All of which raises the question, how do we keep AI's strengths and avoid its pitfalls? How do we leverage intelligent oversight without converting sites into digital hamster wheels? It's important that any such system starts with clarity. AI on site is for safety, optimization, sustainability, not productivity policing. The data should be used for patterns, not pinpointed behavior. Instead of Bob idled 12 minutes a day, the focus should be on site-wide idle time rose 15% on Friday afternoon. That would allow coaching without singling out. Alerts would need to be flexible, recognizing varying site conditions. Not every dip in performance is a breach. Transparency and consent. Show operators what's tracked, why, who sees it, and how it's used. Offer opt-in or opt-out options for certain metrics. The gamification of work and productivity is one thing. Constant and intrusive scrutiny is quite another. Even the way AI delivers its findings should be considered. AI-generated suggestions should be served as guidance, perhaps an efficiency tip or a fuel-saving suggestion, rather than automatic punishments. AI is more than a tool, or it has the potential to be. It's a partner in construction and demolition. It can lighten burdens, sharpen accuracy, and elevate site safety. But left unchecked, it could so easily morph into an instrument of suspicion and control. The question isn't whether AI belongs on site. It's already here. But we do now stand at a crossroads. One path leads to boundless gains, machines that anticipate failures, save millions in idle time costs, keep workers safe and supported. The other leads to perpetual oversight, eroded autonomy, and subtle psychological tolls. For construction leaders, the challenge is clear. Champion the first without slipping into the second. Craft your AI policies with care. Deploy data to support, not stifle your workforce. Keep sensors trained on machines, not on men and women. Let AI help us build safer, stronger, as partners, not overseers, because ultimately humanity must remain at the heart of the site.